I'm a different breed, a different pedigree. Me and all my dogs, we don't need a leash. A different
Yo,
beast. You can
Jared
say
here,
the
Shop
same.
Talk Hoops.
I'm trying
I
to
want to
make
give a special shout out and show some appreciation to everyone that checked out the first episode of Shop Talk Hoops, man. I brought it back with a very special guest, my little brother, Jordan Barnes of Indiana State. So if you haven't got a chance, man, go check that out. It's a good episode, real informative. And we dive deep into his career and what he's looking forward to in the future, man. So check that out. I appreciate everybody that showed me love and that reached out to me and checked out the episode. And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all the love. For this new episode, dog, I got a good one, a real special one. Y'all gonna see. All I'm gonna say is he's a Hazelwood Central legend, and actually he a K-State legend too. So y'all gotta check that out. If you don't know who it is, you want to stay tuned because it's gonna be a special one, man. Hey, appreciate y'all. Uh, Thank you for tuning in. I'm signing out. Shop Talk Hoops, baby. Yo, what's up? Welcome back. Shop Talk Hoops, man. Today I got another special one. First of all, I want to shout out everybody that watched the first one, tuned in, reached out to me, like, comment, share, whatever kind of support you showed, man. I appreciate that, man. Everything helps, man. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Today, y'all really gotta tune in. Y'all really gotta share this and like it up because I got a real special one, man. It's a busy man in the building right here, dog. I got Hazelwood Central legend, K-State legend, man, Xavier Sneed. X, appreciate you for stopping by, bro.
I appreciate you for having me, man. You know it.
For sure. For sure. How the family doing? First of all, because we in some crazy times, bro. How the family doing? How Big Sneed doing? How little sis doing?
Man, they all doing good. Blessed to have them here. They been on the house. We on quarantine. We all just chilling, man. So it's great to have them here as well.
For sure. For sure. I seen on the gram the other day you had the X Nation Fun Day, man. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I love backyard slip and slide with the tarp, man. Had to do something with the fan water. Just a little something on Saturday. A little fun.
For sure,
So
man. We
we
go
always doing something like that.
for sure, man. We go dive right in, bro. We go dive right in. So first things first, man. I want to talk about the Hazelwood Central days, man. I want to talk about your development, starting as a freshman. You coming in as a young gun. You got a good team already. Um, I mean, you got D1 players on your team already as a freshman. You start in and come in as a young gun, and you eventually work your way up. I mean, sophomore year, you really the man, and then from there on, you just kind of developing as a player. So, talk to me about your Hazelwood Central days, man.
Shoot, freshman days, just like pretty much anybody else, man. I was on both JV and varsity, of course. Playing 3 quarters of JV, 1 quarter of varsity. That's how I was on freshman year, sophomore year came. I was starting for real, just working my butt off. The grind, everything that I always put into it, hard work I did. I was able to start sophomore year because of situations as well. And we went to state that year actually too as well. We haven't been to state in about some years, man. It's probably like 30, 40 years, something like that since Central had been in state. We ain't won one yet, but we placed fourth in that one. We lost to both games, but it was some good games though for sure.
For sure, for sure.
Junior year, senior year, like he said, it was just my world there for real. People still fail to realize I'm the leading scorer at Hazelwood Central, up to date.
There you go.
You know how old Central is, but getting up to current stand, I'm still current point holder. So yeah.
For sure, for sure. I mean, you was a man early. You took over. You took over here early. Everybody like sophomore year. By sophomore year,
Yeah,
everybody knew ball going in X hands. For sure,
for sure.
for sure. And I don't wanna skip over the football days too, because I seen your tweet the other day
Oh,
where
yeah.
you feel like you ain't getting your credit on the football field, man. I'm gonna read off some of your stats, but tell me about your football days and was there like a first love there?
Man, I always played football. I played football being young, and of course, we ain't had nothing else to do in the first winter, so I just wanted to stay active, do something to be busy. And shit, football I started like it, of course, and shit, sophomore year, freshman, sophomore year, I was playing varsity. Shoot, sophomore year again, we made it to the Final Four. Sophomore year, to Final Four football, lost that game to go to state, to the state championship game out on Rockbridge. It was a tough one. Junior year came around, only lost one game in districts, and that was it. I only lost 2 games playing varsity for real. That Rockbridge game and against CBC, of course, at CBC.
You know.
At CBC, the only 2 games I lost, man. So football, I definitely had.
Like
Like
that.
I said, in my tweet, I was top 3. I was top 3 in the state. Who else was above me? Harry and the guy out there in Rockbridge. That I think he went to Oregon that year. So that's what I'm saying. It was some dogs ahead of me, and I was still up there top 3 in state. So
I mean,
I was doing my
6'5",
thing
moving, getting down the field, just throw it up. It is easy.
I had a great team. I had a great quarterback too. And my boy Mike Glass was throwing that mug. Had a great line. We had Big Rod. He in the league right now. He was on the line for us my sophomore year. So yeah, we had some good teams back there at Central.
You ever run? We gonna get to K-State, but you ever run into the coach at K-State and be like, "Yo, I know you need some help."
What made it sick was they was trying to make me do dual, bro. My coach, he shut it down quick. He wasn't gonna let that happen. He was like, nah, he can play both. I'm telling you, they was always on like, yeah, X, get some pads, man. We need you.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, before we get to the Eagles days, obviously, I was around when it was Team 314, and you got go to Wits Elite, and I mean, not many people know about that Team 314 game or the Team 314 days, man. Talk to me about, I guess, playing with so much talent. Yeah. Talk to me about playing with so much talent, and then talk about eventually competing against those guys in high school.
Each other, said we all know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so it just made it that much funner when we grew up. But being able to stay with those guys at that young age, it groomed us to where we all are going today. Just being all playing against higher caliber guys and things. So it definitely helped us out to get to where we are here today.
Most definitely. I talked to Jordan about it in my last interview, and we were talking about how much talent it was, and then you play for the Eagles, and then you competing against the best players in the country, best high school players in the country, and you on that team, obviously, your role is defensive stopper. You guarding pretty much the best player 1 through 4. Talk to me about going up against essentially the best players in the country, and then what was your favorite matchup?
That's what just grew me to today. Like, I love defense, and that's what coaches like to see in me as well. So just playing against the best talent always brought out the best in me as well. Back then, I done seen just about everybody you can name. I done seen them. Probably my favorite matchup was probably against Malik Monk for sure. It was definitely a great matchup. He had 50 the game before. So I had held him to 15, so that's after a game after 50. So that's what I'm saying. I did.
Yeah.
That was probably a great matchup I had. That was pretty fun back then. But like I said, I didn't see them all, so I had a lot of matchups for everybody going. I didn't see everybody, just about.
I mean, that set you up well for the Big 12, for sure. For sure.
Hey, definitely did. Definitely helped me out for sure.
Sure.
That's the Big 12 about.
On me, let's talk about your recruiting. Was K-State always a school, or did someone else almost get you? Was there a school that almost had you and you was like, nah, or did you always just kind of have your eyes on K-State?
For sure. They was always top 3, top 5 type. They was actually the first recruit me offer. 3 was K-State, Illinois, and Xavier. So I have made. But yeah, but then it actually ended up being top 2, being K-State. So.
I know y'all 5 have been together for a while. When I say 5, I mean like, you, Tyler, Jay, JB, Jay Good, all your guys. Was there any point where y'all kind of like wanted to go hoop together in high school or college?
Man, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. In college, we definitely was all thinking about going to SLU. Lil Jay had his official there. He hit us up like that night type stuff. Was like, yo, what's up? What y'all trying to do? Y'all might trying to go to SLU? I mean, yeah, to slide. So that was definitely one decision we all was thinking about linking up in college. But shoot, for me, like I said, we've been together so long. Even going back to before we was getting to high school, I was thinking about going to Sodan because Tech coaches Sodan,
Right.
and Jay will be there too as well. So I was always down me being there. So I was like, I even think about going to Sodan too. And shoot, me, I didn't know how I felt, how I was gonna do it with all the rearrangements, but it didn't fall through. But yeah, it was a couple times we definitely tried to link up for sure.
Hey, it all worked out in the end because, I mean, y'all all went y'all respective ways and y'all all killed. Y'all all killed at y'all respective schools. So, that would have been crazy to see turn the city up at Chaffetz, man. I can imagine that, man. That would have been crazy.
We had it rocking for sure.
But you get to K-State, I mean, obviously, like you said, you was the man as a sophomore at Hazelwood Central. And you get to K-State, and that team is solid already. All they ask you to come in and do is come in and fill a role, play defense, knock down shots. You know what I mean? So talk to me about being the man and then coming in to not necessarily a role player, but coming in to fill a role on a winning team.
Oh yeah, I mean, like everybody you're going to another different level with guys that already been the man. So being the man and guys that have already been there. Like I had a senior in my spot. He's been there for 4 years, so he's knows the grind. He's been there. He's been through the wars, knows it all. So it's definitely a different pace when you get to your next level. But learning how to get through it, and being how hard work and dedicated I was, I ended up averaging about 18 minutes my freshman year. I got into a right situation. Like you said, I played defense, so you get to stay on the court playing defense, and our four-man to take him out because he didn't want to shoot the ball. So I'm like, he don't want to shoot the ball, I'll shoot it, man. You know me, I'll let it go. So he don't want to shoot it, I will. That even went to my career. I ended up being the fourth in 3 points made at K-State. So like I said, I got some accolades at K-State as well. I was there.
Talk to me about winning the Big 12. There's not a lot of teams that's outside of Kansas that win the Big 12. You go down in history of the Big 12, I mean, every year it's normally Kansas right there. Talk to me about beating them twice, not once, but being regular season champions twice.
Yeah, man, that was definitely tough for us and tough to just dethrone them, especially the rivalry that we had with them. We was actually in that season, we was down 0-2 in conference right off bat. 0-2, and then the next game we was down 21.5. And from there, we was like, from there on, we had like a talking locker room on that. From there on, we came back in that game and won that game and won 9 straight games in a row to help boost us ahead in the lead. And we was number one for like 6 weeks in the Big 12 after that. Still killing it. We actually we still tied with Texas Tech though, but that was a year Tech went to the Final Four as well. Yeah, that team. So we Tech actually and then of course throwing in Kansas, of course, getting them off the list for us was big. And we only had 2 championships in the last 44 years. We only had 2 championships, 2012 and then us. So definitely tough to have another one.
That's big time. I'm glad you mentioned that Texas Tech team because it leads me right into the next question. When we talk about the Big 12, it's not crazy to say that you would play like 3 ranked schools in a week or so. You know what I mean? So talk to me about your favorite place to play outside of Manhattan, and then like tell me about like a favorite matchup you had.
Man, outside of Manhattan, my favorite place to play, say, because I always went off that's me, but gotta be at Kansas. That game was always rocking, man. That's a crazy environment to be in, crazy game to be in too as well. But big time matchups, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little dome for real. It ain't no seats either for real, all bleachers. So yeah.
It's crazy.
But for matchups, man, I had a lot of matchups, a lot of good players, man. A lot of guys I didn't seen go through the Big 12 for my 4 years. Shoot, man. Ain't nobody, like I said, you know me, I'm a defensive stopper, man. Ain't nobody just flat out giving me buckets.
I ain't giving you buckets. I know you ain't going for that.
Nah. Nah, man. So, but nah, it's been some guys that's definitely been fun to go against. Sneed from Kansas. He got drafted by LA, and I think he played at Detroit right now.
Yep.
Shooter. He definitely was a fun person to guard at Kansas. Devontae and Frank Mason, both them guards, they was definitely fun to play. Frank Mason was MVP G League this year.
G-League this year, yeah.
Devontae having a breakout year as well. Seeing those guys, so it was definitely fun playing against them. Kenrich Pelicans, he was a wing, so he was about 2 years older than me, so it was always fun going against him too. Been playing experienced older guys. Who else, man? Of course, Trey Young that we had playing Trey Young. I mean, like I said, it's some guys that we didn't play that's definitely fun for me, and I had a lot of fun guarding those guys.
Yeah. Tell me about playing in the tournament, because I mean, you went to the tournament 3 out of your 4 years, and you had a real run. I know you went your freshman year, you won a couple of games, and then you make that crazy run to the Sweet 16, Elite 8. Was it Elite 8 or Sweet 16?
Yeah, we made it to the Elite 8 game.
Elite 8, where you played against
man, we was
crazy ass Loyola team. Yeah.
Loyola, man, they came out gunning, dog. That was a crazy game, man.
Tell me about how do you prep yourself for playing in like an environment like that? Because I mean, it's nothing like March Madness out there. You know what I mean? And then you playing in it 3 times out of 4 years, man, that's big time.
Definitely, man. It's definitely a different feel. You know, like you said, it's one and done. So your heart's pumping every court. You're out there. There's no just want to go home. So you're playing your hardest at every moment. It's a great feel to be a part of that. Wish we could have did it again. Just trying to get like sophomore year for me, helping us get to the Elite 8 because one of our team step up in the starting lineup role, and also just help provide for the team.
Sure, that's a big time. That's a big time stage, and you kind of came alive every time you played in the tournament. You kind of stepped up.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's just the St. Louis in you. I know Big Sneed to tell you that's X Nation. That's just how that go. But you step up every time, man.
For sure. Yeah. This is one, like I said, it's when to go home. You gotta have that heart, bro. So just didn't want to go home, man. That's always me, you know, always that drive. So
sure. Hell of a career at K-State. Like I said, K-State legend. The amount of success that you sustained there in your 4 years is kind of unprecedented, because I mean, they've had good years. They might have had a good singular year, or you know what I mean, a good stretch, but I mean, 3 out of the last 4, y'all been really relevant. You know what I mean, as far as like winning the Big 12, being in the tournament. So like I said, salute to you, K-State legend for sure. Can't nobody take that away from you, man.
hey, man, appreciate it, man.
So talk to me about now you're preparing for the draft. I felt like you was league ready as a sophomore, with just your potential, with what you bring to a defense. I mean, your skill set, your strengths is kind of what every NBA team is looking for. So talk to me about what you kind of provide a team that, you know, if you were to get drafted, tell me about what skill set you would like to show off.
For me right now, just doing my job for me would be 3-and-D. That's what a lot of teams need and looking for. And I like to play defense, and that's what like I said before, that's just something I love to do. So it's a big plus for me, and I can get paid for that for sure. And also on the offense, my thing at K-State, shooting the ball. So their eyes are open to that as well, and they can see me as a three-point threat and playing my role, giving lax off to guys like Kawhi in the second quarter. You know, he taking a breather, I can come in and do my job and things like that.
For sure. What part of the game you're really working on over the summer, man? I know you spend a lot of time with Frage. I know he gonna have you ready, have you prepared. So, is there anything that you kind of adding to your game this summer, or just kind of refining your skills?
Just more. Right now we're refining because of everything, but of course adding more dribble and get to the basket situations I've been working on as well. Keeping my shot in steady, in tune. You know, all my mechanics keep that right. And just pretty much, like I said, staying on my job, making sure I still play defense as well, keeping my body right to play defense as well. And I still, like I said, be in the weight room, still being working out, I can be physical like I like to play on defense.
Is there somebody in the NBA you kind of compare your game to right now?
Oh, yeah, man. A couple guys I didn't see in the league, similar game I got. Like, even guys I played on my team, like Wes Iwundu out there, Orlando, 3-and-D type player. I know I shoot better than him. He already know that right now. I shoot better than him. Guys like Nick Richardson's, on the Sixers, Clarence LeVert out there at Brooklyn, Torrey Craig. Those are some of the guys that I can see myself in their kind of role. I've been looking into their game, of course, always watching the league. So some of those guys the role that they play on the team, I feel like I can do too as well.
Sure, I definitely see it. Let's move on to the NBA. Who you got winning it, man? Well, first I want to know who you got coming out the East. I think I know what you're gonna say, but who you got coming out the East? I gotta know.
You know it. I feel like the Celtics gonna definitely pull that off. You know that. Lil J and them gonna come with something special. For sure. I feel like they ready though. Everybody don't look ready, but I feel like the Celtics, they ready for sure.
They consistent. They've been consistent all year. I give it that. Who you got coming out the West?
Man. It is scary out there. It's real scary because, man, I don't know who was doing what. So
we gonna see who been working all quarantine, huh?
Yeah, but I want to say Bron them because they got too many pieces, but you just never know. You never know.
It's gonna be whoever get hot at the right time.
Yeah, that's what it is. Whoever get hot at the right time, for sure. That's who it's got to be because, it's looking out at the West.
You think whoever gonna come out the West gonna win it all?
This what I'm saying. This year gonna be tough because you might have, like I said, you might have a break in the East and you might not be as tired or something like that, or you never know. You never know. So it's gonna be up in the air this year. They said it's gonna be an asterisk year, but somebody's still going home with a ring at the end of the year. So
that's sure.
Hey,
Hey, you've been down there, Disney, man. It's down there looking like an AAU tournament, man. Y'all been there. They need to bring Team 314 back down there, man.
Right. Those days used to be crazy. Used to be an athlete too, man. Right there with them.
X, man, I appreciate you for coming on, man. I know you're a busy guy. Thank you for taking your time, stopping by. Is there anything you want to shout out? Anything you got going on inside you want to, shout out to the people? Or you could keep popping your shit about your football career. It don't matter to me.
Everybody got to stick together, man. You know what the plan is. Everybody just be blessed, man, for sure. And thank you for having me.
For sure, man. For sure. I appreciate you. That's another one, man. I got Kansas State legend, Hazelwood Central legend, Xavier Sneed. Man, show love, share, like it, comment. Tell me who else you want to see on this, man. I got some more real ones coming, man. I got some more real ones coming. So stay tuned. Shout out to man. We got it.
We don't need a leash, a different beast. You can see the teeth. Trying to eat. Yeah, we need a feast. Yeah, like buff.